Hello, hi again. I'm glad to be here one more day. Uh, I'm relaxing a little bit. I had a tough time this morning. I, I had to shave. It took a lot of energy. I had help, but it took energy. So my breathing it's a bit harder this morning, but I think I'm gonna do okay now because I'm doing what I wanted to do. So I'm gonna try to get all my energy back to this video and talk to you about something new. It better be something new, otherwise it'll be too boring for both of us. So yeah, I was thinking last night, because that's when I get the ideas. I get at night, and then in the morning they become reality. Wow, what a nice things to do, eh? You think about something, and then it becomes reality just the next day. Oh, if life could be this simple, eh? My God, it's like, really, really, like, I don't know. I don't know why we cannot live a magical life. Yeah. So I wanted to say something about um, how do we find God? It's a question that it comes to mind to a lot of people. I'm pretty sure, that you wonder like, well, at one point, you try everything, you try all the pleasures and money and everything that there is to try, and then you're not satisfied. I see this happening even with a lot of famous people. You heard it, and then all of a sudden say they want to find God and they try to look for God, but where, how? So that's what I'm gonna try to share with you. So what are you gonna do nowadays? I mean, are you gonna Google, just go in the computer, say, and talk to God and say, God, I want to speak to you, please give me a sign? I'm just saying how people do it. I know how I did it. I already told you my story, but I don't really know how people try to find God nowadays. I have some ideas, so I will share this idea how I think people should find a easier way to find God without going through all this garbage and hurt and pain. So, do you go to look for, I know some friends, they went to look for enlightened people, like somebody who has done a lot of meditation and kind of like a guru. Would he actually be able to help you? That's another thing. Because you can go all the way, to Nepal, India, Thailand, you name it, just to find these people. And then when you find, it could be maybe disappointment. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll help you a bit, go to a monastery. I have no idea, So, or do you go to the first church building you find and try to see a priest, a rabbi, a minister, and ask them, could you please show me where I can find God? Where is he? I want to talk to him. How can I learn? How can I find it? You see, there is so many questions, and I think you deserve an answer, a good one though, not just like, something to to confuse you even more. So that's what I was thinking this night. So this is one aspect, of one type of people, who are like ordinary people, who have a normal life. Then there is the other side of what happened to the people who live on the street, people who had like bad luck. Maybe they are homeless, they are starving, hungry, dirty, So what about these people? How are they gonna look for God? I mean, they are, sometimes are isolated because the way they look, nobody wanna go near them. And imagine if one of those guys got to a building, like a church, I don't think can even get in, and all the smell and everything. It's understandable, you cannot blame everybody else, but I'm just saying how those people gonna manage it, So it's a dilemma. It's a dilemma, So, the Bible, once you read it, you find out that there is a lot of parables, of course. It's full of stories and parables. Jesus used the parables to share his message. And it looks like he always, in many cases, he favored the poor instead of the rich. For some reason, he's always sympathized with the people who suffer and that are poor and have nothing, And then, in fact, there is a verse where it says that, I read this verse, it says that God sends away the proud. He resists the proud, but he gives grace to the humble. So, in other words, it's not even a matter of money and riches, because, that's a verse is inspired by God, telling us that it's the heart that he's looking at. So, so when someone has a proud heart, he receives nothing at all. God is displeased because of the heart, not because how much money you have, but the humble, he gives grace. In other words, he approves of him. He gives him favor, he favors him. So, but also you have to understand that even poor people can be very proud, So it has nothing to do how much you have in your pocket, You can have $2, and you can be more proud than the guy who has $1 million, Maybe the guy with the money is more humble than the other guy. But it's rare, though. It's rare because, usually people with a lot of money and a lot of fame, they are proud at the same time. It goes hand to hand, so you cannot separate the two of them. It's a very fine line to be rich and famous and not to be proud. It's almost impossible. But that's another thing, because I noticed that a lot of religious people, preachers, teachers, they don't like to touch this subject just because of that, because it could offend the powerful people when you talk about it. So it's better not to even mention it, and just skip this Bible, how can I say it, yeah, so they try to avoid it because they don't want to get fired from their church. So they don't want to have troubles explaining themselves. Why are you talking about rich people this way, And but there again, you remember, I'm untouchable. They cannot touch me. So, and I can say what I want. And if they don't like my video, they can turn it off. If you want to hear it, here I am. I will talk. I will speak. It's my chance. I have to deliver my soul, you know, towards God. I have to give everything, you know. It's like my cancer is not sleeping. What I mean by that is working continuously. Even when I'm sleeping, my cancer doesn't sleep. It's moving, it's spreading, it's growing. You know, he wants to kill me. You know, so and what I'm gonna do? You know, I'm gonna just let down and let him this disease do slapping me around. You know, no. So I have to fight back, and this is how I'm fighting. You know, by doing my best, by loving as much as I can possibly love, and by creating as much as I can create by making the videos. So I'm telling the truth. I sleep like 4 hours a day. It's like I don't even sleep during the day. I don't take naps. I wanted to sometimes, but I just this out like maybe five minutes, and then I wake up, and then another 5 minutes here and there. But at night I go to sleep usually at 9:30, and then I wake up at 3, at 4, the most. So I don't sleep that much, and I don't want to. I don't want to sleep the whole day. Imagine then my cancer will be happier if I sleep longer, you know, and do nothing. So I'm on the attack. I have to fight and be able to win this fight. And I think I am, you know, not physically, mentally I am, spiritually, I'm unbeatable. Because God, you cannot beat God. No way. No way. No way you can beat God. But, you know, physically, we're all weak. So there's not much you can do physically. This body is gone, you know. So, but I have to be aware and hear and listen, and you know, just like you know, I did my cleaning at my apartment. I just get rid of everything when I was well, because I had the premonition. I just felt I should do this now, because if I don't have time to do it after. So I had to do when I could. And then all of a sudden, look at me now. You know, I can't even hardly go to the bathroom by myself. I still go, but when I come back from the bathroom, it's like I need to rest. It's too much. So imagine if I didn't do all these things. And I feel the same way now. You know, this is my time to do these recordings, because if I don't, we're all gonna miss it. You know. It's not going to happen because, you know, I don't have to repeat myself. It's unavoidable. It's coming. It's coming. I'm almost there. And I don't mind at all, you know. So I don't mind at all. So at this point, I mean, even if I do mind, it's not going to make a difference. I think today I'm going to need some of my notes here. I don't know. I am a bit tired. So, yeah, I'm going to need my notes a little bit, but I don't know if I understand them. I don't know if I understand them. But it is my notes. Okay. So, I think I'm done with this. And what about this? Okay. Okay. So that's why I don't like to look at notes, because then I get even more confused. And I'm already confused the way I am. And the nothing makes worse. Wow, wow, wow. Mm, 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 mm. Alright. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. Now I get it. I get it. I get it. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm back on track. Don't worry. Uh, I hope I didn't scare you. That I have. No, I got stuck. I'm back on tracks. So, yeah, I'm talking about God loves humble hearts. It's clear, you know. Uh, there is no question about it. I mean, I hope you're not arguing about that because there is nothing to to discuss about. You know, that humility is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. So, but how do you become humble? You know, how do you have a humble heart? You know, how do you make it if, we all are born with a very proud, arrogant spirit. You know, that's how we are, unless you're a baby. But, this doesn't apply here, eh? Being a baby is not applying in the situation. I'm talking like when you're a real baby, you're not proud, of course, but when you grow, then you will become proud because life makes us proud. And this pride, it works against us. So, and I used to ask this, one of my friends, I had a friend from France, French people, yeah. It's, sometimes they don't get it, the English humor, they don't get it. So I asked him this question, so I said to him, do you think you are a humble man, a humble person, And he looked at me and said, yeah, sure, of course, I'm humble. I'm very humble, he would tell me. So, oh, thank you for letting me know. And then I was trying, I don't think he got it, the thing. And then I tell him, did you know that as soon as you said that you're humble, you become proud of being humble? He still didn't get it. And that's why, So, it's very interesting that, this humility, where it come from all of a sudden, So, and, but there must be a way for us, to where God sees deep that we are humble inside without even say it or realizing it. I'm pretty sure. Otherwise he wouldn't say that he gives grace to the humble if we could not be humble. So we must be able to do that. So, and yeah, I think it happens. It happens when you come to the end of your rope. I think that's the only way I can think of, But as long as you, have everything and you don't need anything, you manage your life with yourself. So then it makes it difficult, I think, to find God, and so, but I know suffering, it seems like a bad thing. In many cases, sometimes it is, and people complaining about it, But I had to discover this by myself, that some of my best moments with my relationship with the divine and the Spirit of God, it was during my lowest times. And a lot of people who had experienced that will agree with me, because that's when salvation comes and the light out of darkness, arrives and embraces you. So, so, so I think this is a very good things to remember. And today I have a few verses. I did some work, and you can tell. And there is a verse here. Where did I write it, this verse? Yeah, I wrote a verse here, and now I lost it again. How could I do that? It was in the paper. Yeah. Anyway, I will tell you the verse, so then you can find the reference. The verse I know. And it says in Jeremiah, he said, "And you shall seek me and find me, because you are searching for me with all your heart." So there you go, you know. So you shall seek me and find me. So it says, it's a promise, it's a promise. So you shall seek me and find me, because you search for me with all your heart. So, and I think that's also the problem too at the same time, you know. It's the solution and it's the problem. Because a lot of times they say, yes, I want to find God, you know, I'm looking for Him. And then somebody tells you, hey, Joe, let's go fishing, you know, let's go in the country. And say, oh, but I was going to look for God. And then, you know, your heart is divided, you know. So how can I find the God this way? No. So he said that you say seek me and find me when you say search for me with all your heart. You know, it's like, I'll give you an example, okay? And then you will remember one next time, or even this time, if you're looking for Him, remember this example of a dog. You know, so picture like a dog who hasn't eaten for a while, you know, even for the day. I mean, and then you take a piece of meat. You know, it could be any meat. So you take a piece of meat and you put it like this. There, wait. So you put it like this high, you know. And for the dog, and you look at the dog, you know, you look at what the dog does, and he moves his head, you know, like this. And as you move the meat, the dog, he doesn't lose sight of the meat, right? So why? Because he wants it. He wants to get it. He doesn't want to miss it, you know. So it doesn't matter even if you put it behind your head or behind your back. You know, it doesn't matter. He's gonna find it. You know, so everywhere you put, he's not gonna lose sight of it. Well, there you go. You know, you're looking for God. Think of the dog and the meat. You know, think that. Imagine that God is. It's your lunch, the food for your soul. You're not gonna miss it. You know. And He's not gonna withhold that for you forever. You know, that would be cruel. You know, like you will not do this to the dog, you know, come on. Just give it a piece of meat. Let the poor dog eat, you know. He's already hungry and, you know, and skinny, so give him some food. So, you know,